There's fear-based parenting. There is love-based parenting. Fear-based parenting is punitive. It is reactionary. Love-based parenting is grounded. It's about connection and flipping to them to let them fix their problems. Because when a kid fails and they come to you, what are they coming to you for? Validation, support. Am I still powerful? Am I still valuable even in failure? A lot of the core memories you have in your view of your parents and how they deal with conflict and discipline has to do with those teenage years. So you either learn to avoid them or you found that they're your best friend. Welcome back to the 5-Star Life Show. I'm your host, Coach Seth, and I'm joined virtually by my co-host, Coach Mia.
Thank you, Seth.
And let's dive into, I really am looking forward to sharing what we just filmed. We filmed a lesson in our Breakthrough in Parenting series that is going to be in the 5-Star Life Parent app, which is going to be released the end of July. And for parents out there, grandparents that are curious or interested, you can get on the app wait list right now today by going to 5starlife.org. And at the top, there's a little banner that says join the app wait list. Just click that, put your name in, and you'll be the first to be notified when it's live on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and you can download that thing. But anyways, we're going to talk a little bit. We filmed this 7-lesson series just for parents. And parents, I mean, I talk about this a lot, Mia, on this show. How hard is it to be a teenage kid growing up in today's culture? Like we've talked a lot about that. But what we haven't talked about is how hard it is to be raising teenage kids in this current culture.
I think of this often, and I'm very thankful that I don't have to raise teenagers, in this culture. Just the whole, the phones. I mean, I've noticed everywhere that I go, everyone has their phone. I mean, got checked out at Target and the kid's looking at his phone and I thought, what in the world? So it's, before it was when you went to work, you couldn't have your phone. So I think that would be such a challenge right now if, you had teenagers and just the whole phone situation.
Yeah, the phones, that's a whole nother subject we'll talk about in this show at some point. But phones, that's one thing. Now, what we're going to start to get into is the impact AI is having on your kids. Mm-hmm. And from homework to school to educating them to doing everything for them to them never having to think critically because you can just put it in OpenAI or ChatGPT and put in your questions and just boom. That is it's so interesting. So on that path, there's many that are afraid of what's happening and there's a lot of fear. And I'm not afraid. I think the technology is incredible. I think that, of course, people can use it or abuse it, and that all that's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't choose fear. I do choose preparation. And one of the things that I think that parents and kids need to be aware of is this current technological age is going to put a premium on people that can think critically and who can navigate social interactions. AI is going to be incredibly beneficial, but at the end of the day, those people that can think critically on their own and come up with original ideas, because all AI doesn't think. AI just has a lot of access to a lot of information. It's tabulating, right? And it's very smart, but they're just supercomputers. That's all it is. Thinking critically and thinking creatively and being able to navigate relationships, emotional intelligence, my prediction is those will quickly become the telltale signs of people who have the most success and the most fulfillment in this life. And those people will be invaluable.
So you said something before, though, like as a parent, you don't believe in fear, but you believe in being prepared. And so just even this situation, like I always think of the parent that most of us, you're in it and you're just like, when do I have time? Like, where do you get your information? Like, how can I prepare? I mean, what would you say to that?
I would say there are some simple, like I like YouTube. There's some things you can click through. You just go to the search engine and just, it's important just to look at some of the information out there and to learn. There's different people that are posting different things about AI. Mm-hmm. And I would just say, and what we're going to do in this app is, this is going to be another great tool. We're going to have all the resources that we encourage you to take a look at if you have 15 minutes or 20 minutes. We'll be posting some of those things so you can have a library that we've recommended that would be informational for you. But right now, I mean, don't get overwhelmed by it, but you should be aware of what AI is going to do, because it's going to wipe out a lot of jobs and it's going to create a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunities. But I'm telling you right now what you should focus on, and that is your kid's character, right? Your kid's ability to problem solve and think critically, and then on their relationship skills, their emotional intelligence. Like if you will prioritize those things, by the way, those are the things that in the last 50 years have also been the thing that have made people really successful and have given people the most opportunities. So that's not a new concept, but it's just going to become a premium on those things because many people will neglect those areas out of ease and comfort.
That's good. Is there a place that you would start with, your child to kind of focus on these attributes?
Yeah, I would say go to fiveslife.org. This is a very, very much a sell right now. But I just am honest, like go to the Five Life webpage and click on that banner at the top that says join the app waitlist, the parent app waitlist, because that's going to be your tool. We've got hundreds of lessons that are teaching respect and responsibility and integrity in it. We have series on emotional intelligence. We have all those things right at your fingertips that you can start in kind of the low-hanging fruit. Me, I would say the key is this. This takes no research on your part. Start having a weekly family meeting where you talk. Mm-hmm. Have a family meeting where you talk about these things. The reality is a lot of our listening audience's kids know more about AI than they do. So if you want to learn, maybe just ask your kids.
With these family meetings, are they structured? I know you have family meetings. Do you have like bullet points or is it just free flowing?
Well, so I would say there's no pressure to do it one way or the other. I would just say start it. But we've designed this parent app to actually be the platform tool to make this super easy. Literally, we have an orientation video you as a parent watch that explains how to do this. You pick a series that you want to walk through as a family, a 7-lesson series. And then once a week you do this, and it takes you about 30 minutes. It can take an hour if you want it to, based on how much they're engaged and want to talk. But it can be 20 minutes, it can be 30 minutes, it can be an hour. And there's no pressure, but it will take your family on a journey. I promise you that. For me, we didn't have the app. It was just me and my family. And I'm a person of faith. So for me, it was often either a scripture I was reading or it was a quote from a book. And I'd just read a little bit and I'd read it and then ask them what they thought. And I'd then read a little more and ask them what they thoughts. And I would just make them, I'd force them to say something. We're thinking critical. We're going to engage. And then what are your thoughts? It's important for kids to be able to articulate what they're thinking. Mm-hmm. And at first you get a lot of, I don't know. And that's just a really, that's an excuse for a lazy brain. They don't want to talk, right? It's an excuse to just not engage. So I think one of the ground rules is like, we're going to come together. We're going to talk. We're going to share. And it's funny because the older they got, as they got into the teenage years, they would kind of like the family, like they never really wanted to do it, but they always loved doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting how that works. So I would say start it. And what will happen is you'll create momentum and energy and just connection in a place to touch base. And of course, they would rather play video games or be on their phone. But then when they do it, they love it. So we'll take a quick break here. You can go to 5star.org, click the app waitlist, join that. And we'll be right back after this.
Hey, I'm Keenan Story here with 5 Star Life, and I'm the Program and Summit Director. Our mission here at 5 Star is our foundation. Everything else is built on this, and it is changing the face of culture by changing the mindsets of kids. The cool thing is these stories of students who are going through our programs. Kira Person says, my time after school has changed in a positive way because I'm more focused on what I need to do rather than what I want to do. For me, self-discipline means that I do my needs first and my wants last. This 5 Star program is having a direct impact on the students, but it's spreading with a reach far beyond that.
Welcome back to the 5 Star Life Show. I'm Coach Seth, joined virtually with my co-host, Coach Mia, and we're having a fun conversation, just kind of talking a little bit about some of the things that we're doing now for parents. And if you haven't heard yet, I want you to understand we've really doubled down, and as a mission, we're not only focusing on kids, which we always will, right? That's our purpose and our mission. But we really are excited to start offering programming and an app for parents who will help their kids live a 5-star life. So super excited about that. You can learn more. You can actually do more than learn more. You can actually join the parent app waitlist. It's going to come out the end of July before the back to school rush happens. But there's a little banner on our webpage at the top that says join our app waitlist. Click that, put your name in, submit it. You'll be the first to know about that. And just really want to encourage you to engage in the process. It's going to be good. So,
Go ahead.
I was gonna keep going on this theme of parents, and this lesson we just filmed about discipline. What stood out to you? We talked about discipline.
Oh my gosh. First, full disclosure, when we're going through these, you think of as a parent what you did wrong.
Right.
You
Right.
did a lot of fear-based discipline. So once you get past that, I love that how you just, I guess what I love is that in 5 Star, we give you hope and you can change. You do not have to, be the same parent that you were yesterday. You have, a chance today to be different. And just how you break it down, the love check, to go back and make sure that you're, disciplining out of love versus that fear was a good one for me.
Good. Yeah. And for our listening audience, this is all going to be in that parent app. There's going to be a whole series of just how to break through in parenting. Every parent wants to be a great parent. That's what we dream about. But what happens is the moments come and moments go, and we don't measure up to our own standards, even though we don't even know what those standards are. Like, what is a great parent? What are the characteristics? It's all so fuzzy and vague, and this app brings a lot of clarity and some guidelines. And when it comes to disciplining, here's the reality, and this is what is very helpful to understand. Like, how you discipline, we're specifically talking about parents of teenagers and preteens. How you discipline your teen will either launch or limit their confidence and their connection with you. I'll say it again. How you discipline your teen will launch them or limit their confidence and their connection with you. And so discipline's it's one of those things that if there's one area of parenting to hone in on, this is a staple. That if there's an area that you want to come up a little higher in, it's this one, because it so affects their confidence. It so affects your connection with them. And some of you are at the stage where you're fatigued and you're worn. They have worn you down. But I want to give you a little shot in the arm and say, listen, maybe right now you don't care a whole lot about your connection. I've talked to so many parents like, I just want them out of the house. I am so done. I'm ready. Like, I can't wait till they get out of the house. And I'm telling you, I totally understand that because it's so hard. But your kids, they need you so much through this phase. So your connection with them and their connection to you is so important for their success. And there's a way to do this, and we kind of break that down. And ultimately, it comes down to we're going to parent and really discipline those moments from one of two places. There's fear-based parenting, and there's love-based parenting. Fear-based parenting is punitive. It is reactionary. It is off the cuff. It is usually based on emotional triggers and just those gut instincts and what we feel comes out of our mouth. And love-based parenting is grounded. It's measured. There's no pressure. You're at peace. And when we're there, that is the place of parental creativity and innovation and solutions. It's amazing how brilliant we are as parents if we're in a place of peace and love, rather than from a state of fear where we're very limited and literally we're parenting out of the past and out of every worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm. Gosh. And I just, it's like, I'm being triggered of thinking of that. You're just like trapped emotionally in that moment is how I remember it. And you just have to like get it over with. And that's so terrible to approach it that way. And I think it's probably worse now too, with all of our schedules and you know what I mean? You have less time. So I think if you can go back to the approach that you're, about suggesting, you're far better off.
Yeah. And the reason discipline is such a powerful moment of opportunity to help them build confidence or break their confidence and connect you with them or disconnect you with them is because it has to do with failure, right? There's a mistake, there's failure, they lied, they cheated on tests, they stole, they did something, they broke the law, like something bad is happening. And you think about this as common sense when you're in the right place mentally. I mean, isn't that when our kids need us the most? Mm-hmm. So, but if we're in fear, what will we teach our kids? We'll teach our kids that mistakes are bad, failure is bad, and I should try to keep that away. I want to stay away from anybody in authority when mistakes are made because I'm going to get the brunt of it. That's when I get yelled at. That's when I get belittled. That's when I get shame and guilt. That's when I get disciplined. I want to avoid that. And if you can just step into love, what it's meant to do, what mistakes and failure is meant to do, it is meant to bring you closer together to problem solve. It's meant to bond you because you get to, and I'm not talking about 4-year-olds, I'm not talking about 7-year-olds, I'm talking about teens. It's a different ball of wax. It is way different. It's about connection and flipping to them to let them fix their problems. And that right there creates this incredible confidence because when a kid fails and they come to you, what are they coming to you for? Validation, support. They're testing the waters. Do I still have what it takes? Am I still powerful? Am I still valuable even in failure? I mean, you think about this is heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, heart-lifting stuff for this precious stage of a kid's life. And how you deal with this will forever inform, like again, their brain is not locked in yet. Their brain's still being developed. And so you think about this as adults, a lot of the core memories you have in your view of your parents and how they deal with conflict and discipline has to do with those teenage years. So you either learn to avoid them, to hide from them, or you found that they're your best friend. And that's what you find. Those people that say, my parents are some of my best friends, often some of those things happen in the teenage years. And then there's these awesome stories of people that failed in the teenage years, these parents that failed, but they they recouped, they learned what we're talking about here, and then they built those wonderful, great friendships. And that's what we all want.
Absolutely. Seth, what do you do? We only have like a minute, but what if both parents are not on the same page? If one's fear, one's love?
Yeah. So the great thing about that is if you can step into love-based parenting, which the 3-step process, we break down the lesson. I'll give you the quick cliff notes. Like first, you have to do a love fear check. When you're about to discipline, there's conflict. You have to do a love fear check. Boom. Am I in love or am I in fear? Then you need to validate what happened. Oh man, you had that happen. I'm so sorry. Connect with them. Then 3, let them solve it. Don't solve it yourself, but let them solve it by just asking, like, what are you going to do? How do you think you'll handle this? And if you'll do that and your house is divided, your kids will see, man, I am drawn to this process. I'm empowered. I'm supported. I'm not condemned. I'm not neglected. I'm not hated on or belittled. They'll see the difference and it will build your relationship.
That's good. That's key too.
And what a fun show. We're out of time. Go to the 5starlife.org website, click on the join the app waitlist today. We'll see you next week on the show.